welcome to the People's Parks, a show that features Newcastle County's wonderful parks and all the things you can do in them. I'm your host, Melody Kitchen. Today I'm pleased to welcome to the NCC TV studio County Councilman David Tackett, who represents the Glasgow and Christiana area, and Newcastle County Police Corporal Chris Gigliotti with the Community Services Unit, who are here today to talk about Casting with Cops, a fishing event set for April 30th at Glasgow Park. Thank you both for being here today.
Well, great.
Thanks for having me.
Great opportunity.
Now, to begin with, can you tell our audience at home what Casting with Cops actually is?
So we're having an event with the community. We want to. I'm with Community Services. I work with everybody in the unit. There's 7 of us. We love interacting with the community, getting involved, having fun. We like to have fun. So we late last fall we contacted the councilman's office about having this event in conjunction with the opening of the pond, and we have numerous volunteer officers coming out on their own time to fish. They have a vast knowledge of fishing, and they're experienced, and they want to interact as well. So it's going to be a fun day where we just get together, hang out with the community, and fish and spend time with them. In a different
Context than how they would normally see you. And this is open to anybody in the community, correct? It's not just for people that live near Glasgow. Anybody can come.
Anybody
Yep.
can
Yep.
come.
It's open and accessible to the whole public, and it'll be a great opportunity for our community services unit and the police officers to actually engage with, the youth. I think they're really hoping to get a lot of youth that'll come that day where they can kind of shepherd and mentor them and spend a few hours with them, showing them that, these officers are your friends and giving them a day of activity with them. So we're excited.
When does this take place?
April 30th,
April 30th, and what time?
10 a.m. it'll start.
Okay, and does it just go until dusk, I guess?
No,
2 o'clock,
Yep.
10 to 2.
2 o'clock? Okay, that's perfect.
And the officers have done a phenomenal job about engaging some of our local businesses and getting them involved with some raffles and supporting the event and some donations. And it's going to be an event that you're not going to want to miss.
Now,
And it is for the whole family, not just,
not just for, and it's
Yeah.
all ages.
Mhm.
Now, you said that the police department works in conjunction with the Community Services Department. How did that come about?
The county police community services has worked in a supporting role. I mean, we always work in a supporting role with the county community service, different events and county festivals and dancing with the park, and you name it, we're always there. But this event, when we started planning it, we soon learned that the county community services was planning the same thing. So we put our heads together, and
So why not?
great minds do think alike. We learned, and we're working on it together.
Now, the pond that's there was not actually a fishing pond originally. Isn't that correct? It was a farm pond?
It was just kind of more of a depression in the area there. And when the park was originally designed, it was designed to put an actual pond in there. So we actually excavated the area and put a layer around the pond and actually filled it. So it's
Okay.
naturally fed right now.
And there were no fish there.
No fish.
And previously you had a stocking event, isn't that right? Where you brought fish in.
Yep, last year.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It was a great day. It was slightly cooler, and we called it a soft opening where we stocked the pond, and we put roughly about 650 fish in there. Delmarva Aquatics was the vendor who brought the fish in that day, and we stocked it with largemouth bass, bluegill, and catfish. So a total of about 650 fish we put in there that day, and we thought that would give them enough time to get accustomed to the pond, and start to grow.
Sure.
And this spring would be a great time to host this full-blown event for the fishing and
Right.
casting with the cops.
Now, is a fishing license required for this event? Or can anybody come?
If you're under 16, you do not need a fishing license, but 16 and above, Delaware state law does mandate you have to have a fishing license. And we have that information available on our website, or you can go to DENREC, so they're readily available at a lot of your bait and tackle shops. And again, we've got a link to the website on the county website.
So essentially the only qualification, you have to be above 16 to get your fishing license?
It would be required, yes.
Okay. There is no rain date, is that correct?
No.
And after the opening, is it just anytime anybody wants to come fish, it'll be open for fishing, or how's that work?
Yep, and actually, you can right now.
Normal
You know,
park
it's just
hours.
like anybody can
So
stop.
even with not during an event, people can come anytime.
Any, yeah,
Okay, so-
normal park hours.
Yep, normal park hours, of course, we close at dusk, dawn, opens at dawn and closes at dusk, and, you know, all of our events at our county parks are catch and release, you know, so we're hoping to keep the ponds stocked by doing that, and
Right.
enjoying the sport of fishing and taking your family there and spending the day. We have pavilions there, barbecue grills, picnic tables, so a lot of walking, biking, riding, you know, we have a great skate park down there, so there's a lot to do and spend the day in the park when you come down there.
Yeah, so the park is probably almost always full.
Always.
Always.
Standing room only. That park, years ago, I have to commend Tom Gordon, County Executive, for having the vision to go out and purchase that land in order to put that regional park down there. Geographically, Route 40 has more people in it than the city of Wilmington. So if you get any warm day when it starts up in the spring, it's shoulder to shoulder down there.
Oh, wow. Well, that's awesome. I mean, it's a great place to take your family, it sounds like.
Oh, it is. It is. It's a great meeting place. People come and spend the day down there. It's a wonderful spot. And whenever I go down there and people recognize me, they always approach me and tell me what a wonderful asset that is and how appreciative they are. And we also maintain a Friends of the Glasgow Park Facebook page. So if you're on Facebook, you know, remember to like us, because we do post all the county events there. And if you're hosting a private event, we welcome you to post that there too.
Oh, awesome. Now, I also wanted to ask you, what do you think the weather is going to be like this on April 30th? I mean, fingers crossed, it's going to be nice.
Yeah.
April is always so unpredictable.
Yeah.
We do hope for, obviously, we hope for good weather. Maybe all the rain we've been having is enough for April, and when we get there, it'll be all out of its
So
system.
is it going to be rain or shine? Is the event going to be canceled if there is rain?
No, it's rain or shine.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. And I also wanted to mention for the folks at home, can you tell them how to get to Glasgow Park, just if they've never been there before?
Well, geographically, you know, obviously the officer may know a little better, but I mean, certainly your landmark is Route 40 and 896, and it's right on the corner.
Okay.
Straight across from the Troop 2 building and the YMCA.
And what's the parking situation like?
Parking is always a commodity at Glasgow Park whenever we have an event because of, you know, just geographically the number of people that come to our events. But, you know, we are prepared that day to exercise all the parking options we have all around the park, and there'll be people in there directing you to where to park
Oh,
and,
good.
and
Okay.
helping with the parking and getting the people, if they need handicap access and stuff, we're going to have areas for that, and also
Okay.
it'll all be covered. Community services under the leadership of GM Sophia Hansen and Jane Rattini and all those workers over there have done a wonderful job of planning this out. So
They do a great job. So before we wrap up, could you just repeat for our audience when and where it will take place and what time?
Saturday, April the 30th, from 10 to 2 at Glasgow Park.
Great, well,
Great.
is there anything you'd like to add before we wrap up?
No, we're hoping for a large turnout. This is something we want to do every year, so we're hoping this first year is successful, which I'm sure it will be, but plan on this every year.
exactly, and this is going to be an event you're not going to want to miss. Even if you want to just stop down and say hi, you don't even have a fishing rod. There's still going to be enough vendors. We're going to have food trucks there. You know, that's
Oh, awesome.
a trend that's been sweeping the nation. Where you know the food trucks. So last summer we had a event in the park called Dancing in the Park, where we did a food truck festival. Also, we had over 15,000 people. You know there. So anybody that's in that area knows that Glasgow Park is the place to be.
And if I could mention, Cabela's
Sure.
has been tremendous with this whole thing. They're coming out, they're going to have tables and stations, educational stations, and they're bringing in a soft archery range for
Oh,
the kids.
wow.
There's going to be a lot of activities. There's going to be stations, moon bounces, there's a photo booth, Hagley Museum will be there, there's a rock painting event.
So this is so much more than just fishing. This is an entire, day for both children and adults.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's really neat.
there'll be, even if you don't fish, there's going to be plenty to do
Yeah.
for you there.
Oh, yeah, and the raffles, and again, like the officer just said, our vendors are really stepping up and coming out to this, so there's going to be something there for everybody. And then, again, a big shout out to Cabela's because they've really stepped up and went above and beyond, for this event for us. So we're excited to have them on board.
Oh, that's so cool.
And if you don't have a pole, there's going to be loaner poles
Good idea.
available. And the county is also going to have you can make your own pole out of bamboo and
Oh, wow.
fishing line. So there's
Yeah.
going to be a lot to do.
Community Service has done a wonderful job in thinking out every detail for this event,
Yeah.
so it'll be covered.
Well, thank you both so much for coming in, and I know it's going to be a great event.
Absolutely.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to seeing everybody there. County Executive Gordon will be there, myself, and the officers will be there, so stop by and say hi. We're looking forward to meeting you.
Well, that wraps up this edition of the People's Parks. I hope you enjoyed today's show with Councilman Tackett and Corporal Gigliotti about casting with cops, set for 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. April 30th at Glasgow Park. For County Executive Thomas P. Gordon and the NCC TV crew, this is Melody Kitchen. Thank you as always for watching, and don't forget to like NCCDE on Facebook. Take care.
Out here, this will be a catch and release pond. We hope to keep it stocked and enjoyable for years to come. And then in the springtime, we're going to hope to have a really nice event out here, a nice family fishing day. And all those details will be soon to come.
Come and fish with Newcastle County.
Means catch and release, so if you're going to sneak it out, you got to let nobody see it. They're great fish.
They already come.
Catch and release.